Hey, welcome back to Mill. My name is Bill. This is Pirate Solutions Forestry. I got a quick little job today. We are going to do a twofold. I'm going to be milling a job for a customer, and we're going to be testing out, or at least giving a fair shake to the new Norwood Stellite bands. Stellite bands. If you haven't watched my previous videos where I explain what those bands are all about, you can go ahead and watch them. But they're a German-made band. They've got a Stellite insert. You can look up Stellite if you want. It's a carbide-like insert. Every third tooth on the raker tooth that sits straight up and down is as wide as the kerf. It's supposed to add durability. It's not as expensive as carbide bands because there's only one every 3 teeth. And it adds a little bit of stability because the Stellite is as wide as the kerf of the band. Drawbacks, we'll talk about them later, but what I want to do without getting this thing running crazy long is I want to get to milling this log. We have a job to do for a customer. It is, I'm going to leave that door open, and it bug off the inside of my truck. It is it's stair treads. They are 1.5 inches thick, and he only wants to have to basically random orbit sand them when he looks at my other cuts, like this white oak right here, and he sees how smooth they came out. He's like, oh, that would be fine. So we want to make sure that we give him something that's pretty smooth. They have to be 10.5 inches wide. He wanted a natural edge on one side, but because that wouldn't be uniform enough, what I told him was it wouldn't be uniform enough to pass code. I suggested that he grind in an organic edge on one side. So what we are going to give him is 1.5 inches thick by 10.5 inches wide. He needs 1.5 inches by 10. The 10.5 is going to give him an edge that he can grind a little bit with a angle grinder and a sanding disc to give it the organic look, and they have to be between 36 and 37.5 long, so I am just basing it off 38. We have a almost 13-foot log up on the mill. If you look at our mill, we've got 4, 8, 12 plus the overhang on both sides, so this is a little over 13, which should give him some cushion. He needs 15 treads, so in theory you're going to get 4 off of each, which would mean that he needs no, he's going to get 3 off of each, right? So 3, 6, 9, no, 4 off of each, 12. So he's going to get 4 off of each, which basically means he needs 4 planks to fill his order. What I am looking for is a 10.5 inch cant, 10.5 by 10.5. That will give me their 4 planks with no problem. I did just mark out on the end here. I sized a pitch pine log based on what we needed. That is 10.5 by 10.5. There is a teeny bit of sweep in this log. So if I can get that sweep down, in other words, if I don't end up with 10.5 this way, I still should be okay, because I'll only need 4 planks at 1.5 inches, which is 4 and 2 is 6, plus 3/8 is 6 3/8. So I really only need 10.5 by 6 3/8 to get his 4 planks. 4.5 are 2, so that's 6, and 3 cuts is 3/8. So yeah, what I am doing is I'm running off mic. I'm not running on mics right now because I'm still waiting on new ones, and I like the way that you can hear the sawmill better when I'm not running on mics. So we are going to mill it in this dimension. dimension, basically to 10.5. That gets our 10.5 wide. And then this dimension, as big as we can get it, I don't think we'll have any trouble getting over that 6 3/8 in this dimension. So for now, what we're going to do is we're going to start cutting it. You will not be able to hear me when I'm on the mill, but if I have anything important to say, I'll come down and tell you. But you'll be able to hear the mill run and the band run and see the band outflow. And we're going to give these Stellite bands a fair shake. This is not the cleanest log in the world, but I'm going to cut it just the way it is. And then after that, when I finish up this video, we will talk about kind of the future of what we're going to do here, which is going to be doing some building. So right now, no further ado, we're going to start cutting it. There is a little bit of a weird wind shake kind of rock spot in this end. Hoping it doesn't run very far. If it does, I might need 5 boards, which would be 5 7.5 plus 4 plus another ½ inch. That would be 8. So if we can get 10.5 by 8, we're gold, because we'll get a whole other board out of this. And that way, however far that rock goes, we can get all his stair treads out of that end. So that's kind of the plan. Hopefully I can roll this log by hand, but I want to mill through this as fast as I can and see how it goes. So don't look for a lot of commentary during it unless something bad happens. So let's get at it. right now I'm at my line, my 10.5 line. Take one flitch off it. I moved my mark up so I could take a 1-inch cut off the top. The thing's cutting flawlessly right now. We can flip it over. Hopefully I can flip it over. Do the same thing on the bottom. Get us to 10.5. Take my glasses off. It's going to be a fairly heavy log, but I think I can do it. Okay, just make sure our stops are below 10.5 here. Somewhere around middle of the log would be good. Take this down to 10.5 this way. I kept it at 11 inches just for now. We're going to throw it horns up, just starting to get into the hardwoods. Beautiful pitch pines, gorgeous stuff. I love this pitch pine. We're going to throw it in, we're going to square it up, horns up. and mill off this side. Hopefully, like I said, we need to get 7 inches, I think, maximum to do the whole job. Checking the square. Okay, so we'll take the top off it. Looking, so our 10.5 line's kind of high. Oh, one of these dimensions is bigger too. So where do we have to go to get clean wood? I don't know that I need totally clean wood, but we need to get to, I'm going to take this at 15. Flip it over. I do have a little bit of wane on this one here. Let's see what I got left here for wood. Yeah, we're good. We're at 8.5, so we're good on that. Yeah, I'm gonna flip it over. We will calculate out. Danny, close? So what we're going to do is we're going to calculate out how high we need to go to get, I think 5. So 5 would be 5 inches plus 2.5 is 7.5. And 5 boards would be 4 cuts. So that'd be another 4/8, which is 1/2 inch. So it'd be 7.5 and a half. So we need to get 8 inches. So if I flip this over right now, we need to be 8 inches that way to mill the entire order. Now I get no problem down this side. Danny, come! And Looks like I'm close down here, but I'm over length, and if I do get 5, then it's not going to matter. So we're just going to flip it over and mill it out from the other side. See how many we get, 1.5 inches. To simplify things, I could take a skim cut, or I could have, now that it's rolling I can. I could have skim cut this side to get rid of the wane. It doesn't matter if there's wane on one side. Actually, it would here because it's more than 10 inches, but I think we'll flip it over. We're going to scale off the top, I think. Yeah. Let's just do it. I'm giving them to them at 11. Instead of 10.5, I'll give it to him at 11 inches wide. That gives him a little bit of room. And if I do 5 of them, I got plenty of room to, if I do 5 of them, I have plenty of treads. So I'm going to want to get these down below 1.5 inches. Don't do that. Below 1.5 inches. So go down to not quite hitting, but just over. This one's all the way down. There should be plenty of wood in this order. We just mill the whole thing out at this point. Nope, still got my crushed finger, so let's mill the rest of it out. I'm just guessing on the height, somewhere around 12 there. Somewhere around 12 there. Looks like 12 is going to be our top cut or our top wood cut. It's 10 there. I think we'll make a cut at 12. We'll set our scale, our 1.5 inch scale from the 12. 12. So I took it from this 12 and I set my 1.5 inch scale from there. So we'll be dropping 1.5 inches from 12 inches. board. Absolutely gorgeous board. Absolutely beautiful. Very similar to yellow pine. Similar to Douglas fir in the center. Take one more off just so I make sure I don't put it on this pass. Then we'll show you everything. Plenty of stair treads for them. These are gorgeous. These came out naked. Really nice. One more pass. Check out how they came out. The band cut great, so it was less than 30 minutes to cut that whole log. I'll show you this one first. These would be gorgeous stair treads. This is a beautiful board. And then in the pitch pine, what happens is in the middle, we kind of get into some of this red heartwood here, like Douglas fir, but hopefully you can see that color. The band cut super smooth, not just good, just absolutely outstanding. Hope you can see it. We'll do a couple of these over here too. Just clean them off and start pulling them off. Can't see. There we go. All right, we'll get these pulled off. This one's got a lot of the red showing through it. This is going to be nice. There are no waves in it at all. I'll show you down the edge. Wow, that's beautiful. I'll show you the top of this one first. So it's got the red showing through. It's just Beautiful wood, absolutely gorgeous grain. He was saying that, you know, though the more knots the better, the more character the better, but he wanted something harder than white pine and didn't want to pay for white oak. So pitch pine's a great alternative. Now let's get a look down the edge and see how straight it cut. So I get my body down here. Hopefully I can get that in focus. I can't see through the viewfinder, but it looks like cut wicked good. Really super flat, nice and square edge. Let's check out another one. Let me pull this one off. So my thoughts right now on this band. My initial thoughts after watching them run with Brian and Trevor at the show were that I thought they were great. Then when I ran one the other day, and they ripped all the teeth off when I hit a nail, I was kind of suspect a little bit, but I think from what I'm seeing in softwood like this, wow, is this plank light compared to the other one? It's got so much hardwood in it. Is that I think it's an awesome softwood band. Awesome softwood band. I'll show you, you want to talk about how flat they cut. Let me just clean this one off. I'll show you this one before I show you the seam. In between the two, I just butted up against each other because it's like almost glueable. Wow. These are beautiful. You know, for a quick little 30-minute job, it's only like a $70 job. So, yeah, let me start down this end so I don't get my shadow in the way. So I don't know if you guys, how well you can see the red in the middle. Oh, the shadow of the camera's in the way. Maybe I can get it like that. So this is the red in the middle right here. It's super red, like Douglas fir. Cut super flat. Look at the seam on these, just where I butted these two up against each other. Yeah, that's a good indication of how flat it's cutting. Look at that seam. Now, that's just pushed together. So I'll leave it. Oh God. Leave you back here. I'll pull that one off. See if we see anything interesting. I have plenty of wood for their order. My next job is going to be to clean this whole area up. I have plenty of wood for their order. And of course, I'll keep everything else for construction. This bottom one, after I stop this video, I'm going to flip it over and cut it to 2 inches. These with the heartwood in them are really light. These are wicked light with the heartwood in them. They're so dry in the center. Again, just a perfect seam down them. Cut so flat. See what this one looks like. This one we're starting to get into the rot, but it only goes this far. Another really nice piece. Wicked straight grain. I don't know if you can see, but you can see that seam between those two too is really, really super good. It cut really flat. Check this one out. So you can see, like I was thinking, there's that little rot spot in the end there, but the rest of it is wicked beautiful straight grain. Absolutely gorgeous. If I can zoom in on my hand, you can see how smooth it cut. There, you can't even see saw marks in it, and it cut that good. So I think we'll take this one off. The other ones are going to go on the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this a video. I'm going to give you my assessment of these bands. I think that I think they cut super good in softwood. I thought that I had to push a little bit hard on them in hardwood. I don't think they're going to be a band that you're going to want to like hitting metal with, and I think I proved that in my last video when I hit metal and it ripped 20 teeth off it, 19 teeth. But I did go through the metal twice. And softwood, these things are like a home run. There was a lot of dirt in this bark, and it didn't even seem to affect it. It cut perfectly flat. There's no waves in it at all. Perfectly smooth. You know, it looks kind of like a really nice softwood band. It really does. We're cutting a lot of pine. It looks like it could be well worth it to run these bands. If you're cutting like I am, oh shit, damn it, I'm gonna lose it. I don't want to make a big ding in it. If you're cutting like I am, yardwood, hardwood, I don't know that I would run them just because of the cost. And I'm just being honest. It's got nothing to do with the seam on that. Look how flat, look at how flat they cut. Look at the seams. Just butted up against each other. That's awesome. I mean, absolutely awesome. If you're cutting yardwood, hardwood, I don't think these are the bands for you. Just because what I've seen with them hitting metal. If you're going to hit a nail and you're going to knock it and you're going to turn the band into chowder, I don't think that's worth it. Because I think if you're cutting yardwood, hardwood, it probably just makes more sense to, you know, run normal shittier bands, to be honest with you. This one's got a lot of hardwood in it. This is a beautiful piece. Since these are all cut in a fairly nominal dimension, then I can cut them out I can use them for anything. This one all the way down. This one locked in. See how thick it is, and we'll cut this one out. Then I'm going to go watch the PGA Championship. I mean, the boards are resting nice and flat on the bonks. I mean, it's just really, really cut well. So this one's at 2 1/8, so I'll cut it 1 1. Don't need any more for over there. You got plenty. Or I just need 2 1/8. No, I'll cut it 1 1. Come up 1 inch off the depth. Pull it out and call it a day. yeah, that band cuts really nice and smooth, consistent. It's really, what do I want to say? It's pleasurable to run that band. It's just, it's fun. It runs really smooth and really predictable. But like I said, if I give you my one caveat, I would say I don't think I would run them in yardwood, hardwood. These two. These two 1-inch boards, just cut them out beautiful. I went a little faster in that cut. I cut just cut phenomenal. Cut absolutely phenomenal. And with this whole setup with the roller guides and the whole 9 yards, just being able to mow through a log like that is pretty awesome. So I do have some bonus material down here. I'm gonna have to cut out this whole pile. Got a little bit of a one by there, a little bit of one by there, one by there. These two, I don't know why it didn't cut out an inch. I thought it was 2 1/8, but you know, you can see the grain. I didn't scrape these off or anything, but they're beautiful pieces, kind of like southern yellow pine color. There's no heartwood in these. Well, there is right there. A little bit of heartwood on the end. You can see the pink. These ones have a lot of heartwood in them. I'm going to suggest that he takes the ones with heartwood because they're driest. So takes his stair treads out of this one, and that one first. And then if he has to go to that one, he can. But yeah, these are wicked. And light, because they're so dry in the middle. You know, I'm just picking this up with one finger right now. These are really light because they're so dry. And yeah, so that's it for the Stellite bands. And I hope our continuing project, actually let me take you over here. We'll see Danny. We'll wrap it up. There's Danny. I hope that does it for the Stellite bands for now. I'll be looking forward to getting some more. I can tell you this, if I had to order right now, I don't think I'd order any. Well, number one, because I have plenty of silver tip Turbo 7s lying around. Number two, I don't see yet a massive advantage in them in dirty stuff. If they were going to mow through a nail and stay sharp, they would be an absolute slam dunk home run. But we saw the other day they won't. They won't mow through a nail and stay sharp. Well, the teeth that didn't get fucked by the nail stayed sharp, but the nail completely screwed the band. So I think that's off the table. They're not cutting through nails. So we can't advertise this band as a carbide band capable of cutting metal. It's not. It ripped teeth off way too easy. But the way this band tracks in pine, with how smooth it cut these, you know, that's wicked. That's really smooth. This cut these, you know, I don't know if I can get them in frame enough to show you, but I mean, these are so smooth. There's not even a ridge mark in them. There's not even a stinking saw mark in them. They cut them that smooth. So if you're cutting pine all day, those bands are awesome. I mean, awesome. And when I was at the show, that's what they were cutting. They were cutting pine. So I got a bunch out of that log, and I'm going to put everything away and go watch the PGA with my crushed finger. It is healing. It's starting to, the swelling's gone down, so all the shit's not popped out the side, and it's starting to heal. So I'm gonna take the rest of the day off. I did deck that trailer yesterday. If you guys didn't see the picture I posted on YouTube, you can see the picture on my timeline. I decked that trailer with the ash yesterday, so I'm kind of, this was kind of the last thing I needed to do. And hopefully next week I'm going to get into building the shed and the kiln. That's hopefully what I'm going to get into next week. That's my plan. So appreciate the watch. I know these go an hour, and I had some guy comment about, oh, how can you run shit an hour and blah, blah, blah. Because I'm going to shoot real-time shit. If you don't want to watch real-time stuff and you don't want to learn about milling and stuff like that, then don't watch. I don't care. If you want to learn about milling and what the mill is capable of and the changes we're making to it and the improvements and bands and things like that, and how to set up your cuts so that you end up cutting out right and everything, then watch. If you don't want to, then I don't care. Don't watch. So like I told him, just don't watch. I don't care. I'm going to shoot what I want to shoot on my channel, and that's it. And if it goes long, it goes long. If you want to learn, you watch the whole thing. And I get a lot of guys who watch the whole thing because they comment to me about stuff that happens in the end. So hope you guys have a great day. Hope you have a great weekend. And this is Pirate Solutions out.